What is up, y'all? Really? Already? The voice cracked? No. We're still recovering from spiel, so let's try that again. What is up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx. I am your host, Edward Euler. Happy to be joined by my partner and a very good friend of ours.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Martin.
All right, today we are bringing y'all Yin Yang, designed by Dugu Wei and published by Board Game Nations, or BG Nations. BG Nations also very kindly provided us with this review copy of the game at Spiel. So welcome everybody watching live around the world, as well as after the fact. Before we get started, a big thanks to all the patrons who helped make all of this possible, who without all of them and all of y'all, this ain't happening. Special shout out to Eric Kov. Say thanks for being a patron and supporting the show. On that note, if you enjoy the content that we create here on Heavy Cardboard, don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit the little bell, get notified whenever we go live, and maybe, give it a little thumb. See the thumb up there? Give it a thumb. We would definitely appreciate that. And if you want to support the show and join the 785 patrons who support the show, you can head over to pledgehc.com and do so. So before we get started, a bit of a background on this game. So this is the first stream post-Essen of a board game. I did a small little unveiling of, oh, hey, what did we hand carry? Well, this game, Yin Yang, was, if you're an Americanized Yin Yang, but it's Yin Yang, I tried to do my best on the pronunciations, was not on the Essen preview list on BGG. We had no idea, and I imagine most and nobody knew about this game. We, walking around the media room on the day before Spiel began on Wednesday, both came upon this game from different directions. Simultaneously, and we were like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
And it just looked interesting. That's it. There was nobody there. So then we sought it out on Thursday because there was it was written down what booth it was in, and I want to say it was 5I109, I think is where it was. The reason I remember that is because after we got a overview from the publisher, Wang Yi, who is in chat with us this evening from BG Nations, we actually sent everybody and their mother to the booth to check out the game because this was our hidden gem, if you will. Now, having not played it, but having gotten the overview, we were really excited about it, and we told a bunch of folks. Then, a number of patrons actually had played it and demoed it and said, yeah, it really was that good. So we felt pretty good about it, and lo and behold, I believe it was Saturday, this sold out. So, you're welcome.
It's amazing what an elephant's trumpet can do, isn't it?
Seriously. Right, exactly, right. And you have to do that. You can't
to make the sound, okay. Yes.
So that said, hopefully Wang Yi in chat, if you're interested in the game, will be able to tell you guys how you'll be able to get a copy of it if you were interested in it. So that was a very long way of saying we're pretty stoked for this. We all played it yesterday for the first time. This is going to be our second game of it. But mechanically, relatively simple, but really clever stuff that just works really well, in all honesty. So I'm ready. I know these guys are. Hopefully y'all are. So without further ado, we present y'all our first Essen Spiel 2019 playthrough and teach of Yin Yang. So here we go. So the concept of Yin and Yang comes from Taiji, which first originated from the scholarly tone of Zhou Yi, one of the three most important epics in ancient Chinese history. According to legend, when the first emperor Qin Shi Huang, carried out the burning of all scholarly books, a scholar named Li Si listed Zhou Yi as a book on medical divination, sparing it from harm. As time went by, various dynasties studied and added their own insights to the theories within. In the last years of the Ming Dynasty, missionaries spread this concept to the Western world. In modern times, Taiji has become a renowned philosophy that countless people around the world have studied and know about. Now, the game Yin Yang, players will play as proponents of the Taiji faith, touring around the country to build sacred temples. Along your journey, you will have to learn how to read the will of the gods and harness their power to expand your spheres of influence. So as I am wont to do, I'm going to give you guys an overview of what it is that you're looking at. So the main part of this game, the main game board, and then there is the Taji board up above. So we'll start out with the main game board. First off, there is a victory point track around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. That is not actually used until in-game scoring. The main part of the board is composed of the map of provinces or regions or districts, however you want to frame it, of different parts in China. Now, there are 7 different regions out here, as you can see by the majority scoring down here. We are playing on the 2- and 3-sided map. Obviously, the 3 sides. The only difference between the temples that are printed on the map here is for setup. In the 3-player, you put out goods out on all of them. In the 2-player, you omit the blue temples that are out there. So, you have different areas within the different regions, places where we're going to be able to build various temples. Our temples being cubes like so, and then there are different goods or resources. I'll use those words interchangeably. There are 4 different types within the game. There is bronze, which are blue. There is bone, which is kind of this amber color. There is jade, which is the green, and the silk, which is the red, or it's blue, kind of yellowish, green, and red resources. There are also 5 disaster tokens, which will start out on the board, which block off certain locations. So, having covered all of that and that, we have the turn track. So, how many rounds, or how many, I guess a round track is what it would be. There are 5 rounds in the game. We have the turn order track over on the left-hand side as well. Then off board, there are 6 divination coins numbered 1 through 6 out here. There is a tortoise shell, which is going to define the will of the gods. I do want to point out that this is a prototype tortoise shell made out of, in honor of Martin, aluminium, or as we here in the States say, aluminum. Okay. Then we have a random bag of randomness, or the extra resources that will come out there on the Taji board. So, speaking of which, let's move up to the Taji board. There are 2 sides to the Taji board. There is an upper divination section and then a lower divination section. On the upper side, there are action tokens. There are 3 different types of actions that are randomly split up on there. I'm sorry, there are 4 different action tiles, sorry, split up between 2 different piles. And the symbols on the inside are going to dictate which actions are either available or unavailable. More on that in a little bit. Then over on the lower divination side are the various actions that we're going to be able to take during a step within the game. Then over here in our player board area, where our player boards are broken up into a bunch of different areas. So first off, we actually, each of us have 6 divination coins. Now, these are broken up to where the yin side is the black side with the little stickers on the black stickers, but you can also note that it has the 2 symbols on it as well. Then the yang side, which has the white stickers on it and have the dashes and lines on them, as you can see there. Those are going to be randomized each turn, and then we're going to be placing them out here into this area of our board to be able to then take correlated actions from the Taji side of the board, or the Taji board itself, as well as the Yin and Yang value indicators will be moving along this based on how these get randomized as well. Over here is the goods area where we're going to be storing our goods, kind of in a bingo type thing, trying to make columns, rows, as well as diagonals, to then be able to activate end game scoring tiles as shown here. And these are randomly placed, so the way I have mine are going to be different than how Martin has his and how Jess has hers. Then for the actions part of the round, we're going to then move those coins into different configurations down here to then be able to take more actions. Everybody also starts with 4 Divine Intervention cards, 2 of which will be randomly selected at the beginning of the game, and 2 will be removed from the game. Everybody also has a player pawn, which will start out on the board. And finally, everybody has a number of, or 13 temple tokens to be, that will be building temples. Also, there is an end game scoring player aid here, which, yes, is written in Chinese. However, it is actually usable for those of us that cannot read Chinese. More on this later on. So that's everything that you guys are actually looking at here, but how do you actually play the game? Well, big picture, the game takes place over 5 rounds. Within each round, there are 4 phases. There is a divination, which is going to dictate what actions are going to be blocked off each round. Then we're going to then move on to taking actions within our own player boards, which are going to allow us to do one thing here, one thing here. Then we're going to take actions out here on the board, hopefully collecting some of these goods, building temples, and doing various things which will get us end-game scoring points by the end of the game. At the end of 5 rounds, whoever has scored the most points will win Yin Yang. So that said, let's go into detail how you actually play, or the flow of Yin Yang. So as I said, the game takes place over 5 rounds. Each round has the same 4 steps. 4 phases, if you will. Phase 1 is the ways and will of the gods phase, which is going to be randomizing this to be able to figure out which of those are blocked off. The second phase is going to be the divination phase, which is going to be players are going to be randomizing their own coins out here to be able to then decide what actions they're going to take onto those 2. And then the third phase is the actions phase, which is where players are going to then be putting their coins down here to be able to take actions out here on the main board. And finally, the fourth phase is the God's will be done phase, or as I like to call it, the cleanup phase. All right, so phase 1, how does that work? Well, phase 1 is the ways and the wills, the ways and the will of the gods phase. So the first thing first, what's going to happen is we're going to take the tortoise shell here. You'll notice that there's an opening in there, and the six tokens will all be put into the tortoise shell. We will then shuffle up the tortoise shell, and then we will randomize it and spill them out here on the board, and then we will organize them in order. I got it. We're okay. 1, 2, 3 by number. 4, 5, and 6. So you'll notice that 1, 2, and 3, counting from bottom up, going from the inside and working our way out, you'll notice that white sticker, white sticker, white sticker is going to be that one, as Martin is pointing out. So the will of the gods says that action will not be available this round. So we will cover that up like so. Then on the second one, going from bottom up, we have black, black, white, or if you will, it will be yin, yin, yang. So we have black, black, white, as you see here. So we will take the marker and cover that. And so that action will not be available this round. So that consists of phase 1, the ways and will of the gods phase. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right, easy enough. Then in player order being the whoever's furthest up the turn order track. If tied, it goes top to bottom. So in this case, and we'll randomize this before we begin, it will go me, Jess, Martin. So in that case, what's going to happen is I'm then going to put all of my coins into the tortoise shell of randomness, like so. Give that a shuffle, spill them out, and see how they end up. So you'll notice that I got 2 white and 4 black. So now I have a decision to make. Well, first off, 4 black means I'm going to move that up 4 and that one up 2. The reason for this is whenever and if ever you get up to 8, anything above 8 is wasted. But when you have 8, at any point on your turn in any of the phases of the game, you then can go over, depending on which of the track, the yin or yang track, and choose one of those resources to then bring over to place onto your board over here. But when you do so, you then put that back, reset that down to 0. So after I have tracked that, then I have a decision to make. I need to make 2 groups of 3 over here for those 6 coins. So depending on what actions that I would like to take, so without thinking about this too much, let's say I did something like that, and then I did something along the lines. Let me make sure that will work. All right, let's say I choose to do like so. So again, going from inner out on this one, this is for the, the upper divination. You'll notice I went white, black, black. So then going back to the board out here, we went white, black, black. From the inside.
From the inside up, like,
so
okay.
white, black,
Okay,
black
so, yep.
means I'm taking that action. So I would literally take that. We would then cover it up with one of the God's Will tokens because that is no longer available for the other players. I then will take this token and I'll set it off to the side for later use in the round. Then you'll notice that the arrow pointing over here, again going bottom to top, we have black, white, black. So we look over here, black, white, black says, this action says immediately increase your yin or yang value by 3 steps. So maybe I choose 1, 2, 3. Boom, done. That is my second phase, or if you will, the divination phase. Now, after I have randomized all 6 of mine, and while I'm deciding what actions I take, I could then hand it to the tortoise shell of mystery. Hand this over to what?
1, 2, 3 is block the right side of the Taiji board, and 4, 5, 6 is block for the left side.
Got it. I got those backwards. I apologize. So, let's do this. It'll be like that. So in that case, this one is blocked off. I apologize. And it is white, black, black going from the inside. So white, black, black. So that one, so I wouldn't have been able to choose that one. You get the idea.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So sorry for my confusion on that. Getting back to where I was now, as I said, after I have randomized mine and as I'm choosing these, then I could hand the tortoiseshell to the next player for them to randomize theirs, so on and so forth. So any questions on the second phase? And as we go along, we will explain what these are as they come up, or as I take actions, you guys will be able to read those. Any questions on the second phase, which is the divination phase?
No.
Nope.
All right. So then, moving on to the third phase, we're actually going to keep the camera here to now explain the third phase. So after I've taken those actions, and everybody has taken their actions, which I should point out, as we take more and more actions, so as the first player goes, say I choose that action, then Jess being the second player, she chose that action. Now Martin cannot choose any of those 3 actions for whenever he does his divination over here. Now, if he chooses to do that and it's blocked off, obviously that action is forfeit. All right, so moving on into the action phase. The action phase now says I'm going to take these 6 tokens as well as any and all action tokens that I have over here, or action tiles, and then divvy them up into groups of 2, or to put an action token out here. Now, our player pawn will have started out here on the board at the beginning of the game, and for argument's sake, let's say my action token or my pawn started right there. Everybody's would start out in various places out on the board. We would choose those in random order, which you'll see before we get started. So once that happens, we then go on to this part of the game. So here we go. So without giving this too much thought, let's say I choose that, then we choose here, and then I choose there. So what I am determining is my 4 actions that I'm going to take, as you see here. The 4 actions are described all right here. So the first one, whenever you have white, black, as I have here, that is building the temple. What does building the temple look like? It looks like this. You take a cube, and wherever you are, you put a temple down wherever you are.
But you've moved the river.
I
first.
understand.
Okay.
I'm just trying to explain how the actual action works. It's important to note there can only be 1 temple per location, not 1 temple per person, but 1 temple period. So if there is already a temple there, so for instance, if Jess already had one there, I would not be able to build a temple there. Easy enough, right?
Yes.
All right. The second action that's available is the carriage action, which is the white. So if I had done something like this, being white, that is the carriage action. What's the carriage action mean? Move your player pawn one space along a road in any connected area. I should note that these disaster tokens out here make that spot impassable. You cannot go to or go through any spot with a disaster token. Those will get removed as we go along, as I will explain here in a little bit, but as it is, there you go. Move along the road one space. The third action, as you see right here, is the goods action. The goods action says, hey, wherever you are, take a good. So you take a good from there, and then we're going to set it off to the side for a moment there. Then the last action is the boat action, as you can see here, which the boat action says, just like the carriage action, move along one space via the river. Easy enough. So maybe I move something like that. So going back to the very beginning here, you'll notice you always activate these left to right. So I have a boat action, boat, temple, goods, boat. So here we go. Boat action. Let's say I move to there. The second action then is a temple action. Okay, I'm going to take that, build the temple right there. Then the next action is take a goods action. So I am going to take this goods token, set it off to the side, and then finally it is another boat action. Boat action, maybe I choose to go there. I could choose to go back, however I wish to do it. Now, before the end of my turn, any resources or goods that I have taken must be placed onto my little bingo area or resource board area over here. Once they are placed, they cannot be moved. So let's say I choose to place that there. Boom, done, that's it. If I ever get more than 4, I am allowed to do so, but then I'll just storm off to the board, off to the side for possible in-game scoring. Then after I have done all of this, it's important to note, you do not ever lose your action tiles. So at the end of the first round, in theory, you're going to have one of these. At the end of the second round, you're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. as we go along, to where eventually all of these possible 8 actions you're going to be taking by the 5th round. 4 of which will be action tiles, 4 of which will, 5 of which will be action tiles, 3 of which will be the divination coins. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So after all of us have done all of these things, and I should note that this, all that's there for is as a reminder of what action is not available to us in a given round. After all of us have done all of our action phase, we then go into the cleanup phase. What's the cleanup phase look like? This, and then that. Boom, done. We go into the second round. The first thing that you need to do at the beginning of a round is whoever is the first player, again, whoever is furthest up the turn order track, will choose to remove one of these disaster tokens to put up there as a reminder of what round we're in, plus it now allows us to be able to travel around to those spots. Couple last things. These goods that are out here on the board never get refilled. The only reason this bag of goods exists is because anytime anybody reaches the top of those two, either of those two tracks, they can take an associated good from there to then put onto their player board, and when they do so, then we randomly refill or refill the one that was taken from there. And again, that can be done anytime on your turn during any phase of the game. Then finally, after 5 rounds, we go into final scoring. Final scoring is actually really simple. So this shows 4-player, 3-player, 2-player. So what we're looking at is here majority scoring for the 7 different regions here. Another way to look at it is down here at the board in a 3-player game, it is this top row. So for instance, this region, which is down here, it's area majority for the most number of temples built by players. Ties are friendly in this game. So in other words, if Martin and I were tied for first, then we both would score 8 points. Nobody would score for second, etc. We will go through and score each of these regions. Then after that, we are, according to our handy dandy little player aid here, we are then going to score based on, these, whatever ones that we have unlocked. Now, for this, I do have to reference the rule book, so a moment for that. And I will go through what the 10 available ones are. So the first 4 have to do with the number of resources of that type. So right here, so we'll do these in order. So here we have bronze, we have bone, we have jade, and silk. Those 4, 2 points each for each associated resource or good that you have of that type. Easy enough, right? The next one, which are the yin and yang symbols here, are where are you on this track? You get 3 points for each 2 value that you have. So if it were like so, and if I were to score this row, this column and this row, I would score 3 points for this one, 3, 6, 9 points for this one, for a total of 12 between them both. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Then, again, continuing with the bingo theme, this one here is the perimeter. You gain 1 point for each good placed along the outside of all of those. Then there is the temple. You're going to gain 1 point per temple that you have built out on the board. Then there is the approval. This one says, hey, you know that region majority scoring? Score one of those again, but only for you. So in that example earlier where Martin and I both scored 8, I would score 8, he wouldn't score for that. And it would only happen if I actually successfully completed that one. And the last one here is the turn order one. And in a 3-player game, you're going to score 9, 7, or 5 points, respectively, depending on the order in which you are in turn order. So here, 9, 7, 5, only for the players that actually completed that one as shown right here. And the last thing for final scoring is going to be, there are victory points up here, a high of 4, all the way down to a low of 0 for where you end up in the turn order track. Whoever has the most victory points wins. Good luck, Godspeed. There you go. The last thing that I probably should go over, I suppose, are the 4 special rule breaker cards. Each player has the same set of 4 of these, and each of them has a name associated with it. So the first one that we will go over is, a moment. There we go. So the first one is Ride with the Clouds. Exactly as it says here, you can take an extra carriage or boat action. Then these are all one-time use. When you use it, that's it. It's out of the game. Any that you do not use will score you 2 extra victory points at the end of the game. Remember, the beginning of the game, we're going to randomly choose 2, discard the other 2 out of the game. So we don't know what each other has. So there's that one. The next one is the Call Down Lightning. You can demolish a temple in the city that you're in, then discard that one. So hey, remember I said you can't double up on temples? Well, hey, let's just get rid of somebody's temple and build our own, potentially. The next one here is the Go Against the Heavens. This is the player can actually execute an action blocked by the good God's Will tokens. What does that mean? That means if one of those black tokens is blocked off anywhere on the Taiji board, hey, you're allowed to actually take that action. Congratulations. But when you do so, it gets discarded out of the game. The last one is Twist the Sky. And this allows you to flip one of your coins for that round. You want it on the yin side instead of the yang side, knock yourself out. But again, one-time use. So 5 rounds, 4 phases, most points wins. That's yin yang. Y'all ready to get started?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, without further ado, okay, maybe a bit of ado. Let's see. That needs to go reset. I will take care of chat. I'll actually move my player board back. Oh, fine. So that you guys can actually see it. I'll move that up there. There we go. All right. So first things first, we're going to what?
Good here.
Fine.
Off your board.
Fine.
There you go.
Don't put the boat back too. All right. So these will all get randomized here in a little bit. So we'll just set that off to the side. Everyone's going to shuffle up their own 4 and choose 2. I apologize for getting those backwards. All right, so I will choose this one, and I will choose this one. These are out of the
You're so
game. There you
fancy.
go. So those will hang out right there for now. We need to randomize turn order, and as we are wont to do, because this is an analog game, we are going to use the analog method, which Martin has brought, i.e. a deck of cards.
Yep. Aces high, bridge suits, jokers lose.
Looks like 6. So we'll go
Love a
clockwise
winner.
from that. So Martin
Okay.
first. There we go. All right. So place your bets over under on Glory to Rome's. I'm gonna set at 3.5. Also, in reverse turn order, we need to place our player marker and place our temple for free at the beginning of the game. Last thing, here in the capital city, you'll note that you can never build a temple here. You can start there, but you just don't build a temple. You also are allowed to build, or you are allowed to start where another player has started. However, you cannot build a temple there because they've already built one. So there's that. I'm going to look at what cards I drew real quick. Awesome. Okay. So I will, and I'm looking where the disaster ones are, and I don't want to get blocked off of those. You know, we'll go and start right there. Put our temple down, and Mr.
And you talked
Fowler.
about how those were moved, right? I know you
Yeah, at
alluded
the
to
beginning.
it.
In fact, Martin's about to, as
About
soon
to
as he
see
places
that.
his. Yes. Mrs. Play and Watch, welcome. All right.
I will go here, I think.
All right. Build your temple, sir. And now the game is about to be. Oh, I said I was going to bring chat up and everything else, so I apologize.
there's
There we
that.
go. Fine. All right. There we go. So now the first thing in Peanut Gallery, help us remember. The very first thing is Martin has to remove one of the 5 disaster tokens to mark that
Mark
we
the
have
round.
begun first round. Seems kind of selfish,
I
but
know.
okay.
I'm going to remember that.
Okay.
Full of selfishness.
There you go. So now randomize. Here we go. So this is going to be fun for me. Until we mentioned it, how many of y'all have never heard of this game? Or how many of y'all had and are lying? There are like 15 different Yin Yang entries on BGG.
I'm aware, yeah.
It's the 2019 one. All right. So there we go. So 1, 2, 3. So on the right side. So
Okay.
we go black, white, white.
Black, white, white.
Okay,
That one.
so here,
Blocked
as
off.
these get blocked off, I will call off what they are. Move your turn order token 3 steps ahead. Not available this round. Then we go black, white, black, counting from the inside, which I guess it's
That one,
either
same
way.
either
Doesn't
way,
matter,
but
right?
Yep.
But inside out.
Palindromic.
There we go. Yeah, it's a palindrome, right? Front, back, same. You're right. So now that's done. So we go into the second phase, your own divination. So Mr. Fowler, go for it. And of course, everybody loves the tortoise shell because we're board gamers and we like our weird, cool gimmicks that are awesome.
Yep.
So
it
now
certainly is
Martin will
that.
pass.
So I get four blacks and 2 whites. So which way around is it? Yin and Yang.
Yin is black,
So I got 4 Yings
and
and,
don't
2
forget to mark your
Yangs.
track.
2 Yangs, 4 Yings.
Tony, I've known about this game for 7 days. I've also owned this game for 7 days. I.e., he was at Spiel with
So
us.
which way do I want?
So, I will. And I went 4
I'll do
Yang
that one.
and 2 Yin. And I'm scared I'm going to get those backwards, so it's 2 black, 4 white. There we go. Now, it does matter, like it's hard for me to plan too much what I want to do because what Martin does will dictate. Because if he blocks off what I was planning on doing, then I probably won't do that.
So I've got to decide on, and I do have to think a little bit as to what I want to actually be doing here.
Yeah, right.
But I don't want to spend too much time thinking because then that gets just into AP land. So I think what I want to do is, what's my game plan here?
What I would like to do is this one, which is perform a goods action immediately. However, it requires 3 black. I have 2. Maybe I have a card that'll up, but I'm not going to use it.
I did that to do a boat action immediately on here, and I've got 3 blacks here. That would give me a... I think I'm liking movement tiles early on, so I'm going to do an immediate boat action. And, sorry, no, this way around. And
No, this is for these.
yeah, I know.
Okay, got it.
Form a boat action immediately, that, and then 3 V's there. So that's how I'm going to do it.
Genuinely, it really doesn't matter as long as you're consistent.
Right, so 3 blacks is this, which is a carriage action tile. So I'll take the carriage action tile. From the first game, I have a feel that it's nice to
me a
get
favor,
these
put 'em up
movement
here.
tiles,
There you
but
go. Yep.
it's only a feeling because it's only 1 game. And let's face it, we were crushed. Well, it was Edward and I. We were absolutely slaughtered by the J-Rex.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then I get to immediately perform a boat action, and I'm going to go here.
Okay. All right, so those were your 2
Yep.
upper and lower. So, okay.
And that's perform boat action.
In a perfect world, I really would like to be able to, like I said, take a goods action, but I cannot. So, performing a temple action I could do, but the problem is I've already built a temple where I'm at, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, looking around here, I don't know that I really want to move from where I am because I kind of want that red good, I think. But a free movement's kind of nice. That's 1. I don't know that that's worth it. So, okay, let's work our way this way. What do I want to be able to do? I would like a goods tile. So that's either black, black, white, or white, black, white. I think I will go white, black, white here. And then that allows me these. So it's going to be 2 white and a black, which means it's one of those. So either a boat action right off the bat, which really isn't too bad of an idea. So actually, I will do the boat action. So reading bottom to top, there. So white, black, white is going to be the goods action, goods tile right there.
Okay.
And that will get marked off.
Indeed it will.
So this I'll just put up here for right now. Then for over here, going bottom to top, it goes white, white, black, perform a boat action immediately, and we're going to paddle our way right yonder. Done. So now, Jess is going to be deciding on hers. Now, while she's doing that, Martin and I can go ahead and start planning out our next phase because we have this and we have our coins. We can start making our own decisions on this. So, Jess, go ahead and work your way through yours.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. Will I be able to? Yeah, I will. Okay. I'm gonna take that temple that's at the top there, and it's all white.
Okay. And just put yours up above.
Above, sure.
There you go.
I'll put that up here.
And I don't put a black marker on there because there's no one else to go, so we don't need
There would be one more marker if there was a 4th player, but we're only playing the 3-player side. All right.
And then I'm going to increase yin or yang by 3 steps because that's what I picked over here. And I will do this one.
All right. So there.
Okay, so now it comes to me to,
yes, you're going to start the
perform
bottom.
on the board.
And I'm sure we'll all start
So,
looking.
I am going to do both the temple and the goods actions. So I'm going to place a temple. I'm going to pick up the goods. Then I'm going to move by road. And I remember we can forego actions.
Correct.
And I'm going to forego my 4th action.
Okay. So he's done for the round now. So now.
Well, no, I've got to place this.
Oh, sorry. Yes. He does.
I'm going to place it here.
All right. So now I have set up. I've programmed mine. So here we go. So I'm going to take the goods first where I'm at. So I'm going to take this, set it off to the side now. So that is done. Then I'm going to build a temple, white, black, where I'm at. So that'll go there. So that's done. Then white, white is a carriage action, which is going to come up to there. Done. And then black, white, which is another goods action, will then take that. And then I'm going to decide where to put these. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do like so. They don't have to go there. I could have put them anywhere that I would like. That said, and let me think about that on a second idea. You know what?
Thank you.
Yep. You know what? Actually, let's do this. Done. Final answer. Done. So now Jess is looking up. What are you looking up?
I'm looking up these just because I'm
Sure.
want to
Let
decide.
ask and I can tell you. It's further
This
back.
one, I think I used it
That's
before.
the outside. That's the perimeter one.
Perimeter of this.
Yes.
Okay. Couldn't
So
remember.
in other words, those spots.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is a goods action, white, black. So I'll pick this up and put it here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is a carriage action. So I'm going to move down here. And then I'm going to temple.
And as you see, because she programmed her temple as the third step with the tile,
Yeah.
that's when it takes place, is the third step. It doesn't have to go first just because
No,
I
where
did
you
mine.
put it in the thing.
Right.
Yeah. And then this is another goods action. So I'll take this and put it there.
All right. So now we reset for the end of the first round. Boom. Turn order now, right here, stays the same, so
Yes.
Martin will get this. We go into the second round. You need to remove a disaster token.
Not any sort of near me to remove. The one that's a long way away from everybody
I would
else.
recommend this one,
Yeah.
or this one, or basically anything but that is what I'm voting on.
Yeah. I can see that. I don't know which way
You know that's going to kill
Jess
people
is thinking of
listening,
going.
right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry.
He's enjoying it tremendously, though.
It's like me riffling chips.
It actually was bothering me, too.
It was me too.
Not grading it all.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I generally have to
If he said this
cause
one's not bad for
maximal
him.
problem
A
for
moment,
Jess.
real quick. There is one other minor thing, two things that I
Sure.
forgot.
Yeah.
If, when you do your divination, you don't like it, you set your markers as you do, and then you can choose to destroy one of your temples out here on the board to
Right.
then basically re-roll your divination, throwing them back in tortoiseshell, but it does not affect this. In addition to that, if you forego any of your actions out here, you move your yin or yang up one step per thing that you skipped. So I forgot to mention
Oh, okay.
that.
Oh,
So I
So
guess
in
you
other
got one.
words, there you go. So
Okay.
my apologies.
And
Thank you.
indeed,
Yep.
we've got a reminder on that.
Thank you,
Ooh.
sir. All right. So anyways, which
Okay.
one did you remove?
I didn't, and I'm going to, now that really, really helps Edward and Edward only.
This helps nobody.
It's near you. I'm not,
Oh, I mean, I'm not going that way. So.
yeah, right. I'm going to take that one out.
Okay. All right. So here we go.
It's all good.
On the basis of
Will of the
Jess
gods.
is the person to maximum harm. Whoa! Forward it. Okay. Oop,
One.
put my
I
glasses
got you.
back on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Again, inside out.
Black, white.
No. Yes. Correct. Bottom up on that.
Yep.
And then inside out is going to be white, black, black.
This one here.
There we go.
Plop.
All right. So the
Okay.
one that is blocked off here is perform a carriage action. That is not
Yep.
available this round. There you go.
Okay.
Take care, Luke. Enjoy Australia. Okay. Hey, Frank. How you doing? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And don't forget to set your cubes.
I might want to do. Oh yes, set the
Start
cubes.
with the cubes.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Interesting.
And by the way, so you don't get these mixed up, these are numbered for the Taji board, and ours are not numbered, so you don't ever have to worry about that. So I have 4 white, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'd had 5 white, I would just ping up against it and I get nothing for it, and 2 black. J-Rex.
Decide on this stuff. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
So, what do I want to do here? Oh.
All right.
I'll do that. So what do I want from here?
You're more right than you're not, Matt. Just being the Mike Tyson of board games.
What?
Or Michael Jordan. You know, I want to be, want to be like J-Rex.
They don't bite ears.
Okay, so I'm picking.
You've never bitten an ear.
Checks out.
Both ears present.
Stretch goal, clamshell muffler. Yeah, it's actually, as long as you hold it,
It
like
doesn't
this,
sound
it's
that
really
loud.
not that bad.
No,
So
it was
sorry
the-
about that. So, anyway, go ahead, Martin. What do you do?
Okay, so from here, I'm going to go white, black, black.
Okay.
Which is yin, yang, yin. Yeah, all the other way
Yes.
around.
Yep.
Yin,
No,
yang,
you
yin.
got it.
And that will take a temple tile, which I will block, honestly.
That's awesome. Yes.
Put those there. And then over here, I'm taking the black, white, white, which has moved my turn order 3 steps ahead. 1, 2, 3. Because I like being ahead of turn order. I think that's useful.
Well, what I want to do, you guys can see as I have there, but that's not going to be feasible. Because the other action that I want to take up here, which tile I want, I cannot get. You know what? That's actually, yeah. Let's go ahead and wing it, even though I feel like this may be a bad idea. We're going to see. So from the upper Taji on the Taji board, we're going black, black, white. So black, black, white is going to be this one, Martin, if you can block this one.
Yes. Okay.
So that's going to be a second goods tile, which is a little risky, I feel like, but we'll see how it works out. And then the second one is perform a temple action, and oh, hey, there we go, boom, done. J-Rex. And then, Martin, you and I can start planning our actions.
I am indeed.
Can I? I can. Oh, no, I can't. Darn it. All right, so I cannot do that.
All right, fine. This isn't quite how I wanted it to go, but I think we'll manage.
Yeah, same. All right, given what's left up there, I guess I will go. I can only get. Oh, because I have 2 black.
Oh, wait. Oh, maybe that works.
I can't get the good. I can't get that. Oh, that's frustrating. I currently can't
works
do
out.
anything up there with 2 black and a white because they're blocked. So,
Sorry. Mach V says the compressor's doing a great job with the tortoise shell. Awesome. Glad to hear it's working. All right.
so if that's the case, oof.
Yeah, this gets more and more complex as it goes along. But it's you're talking an hour-long game, so this isn't
Right.
super crazy.
Nope, that doesn't help me at all. Appreciation, yeah.
Exactly. So
That'll be good. Move to an
moment,
order
real
token
quick.
ahead. I only have 2 of those. That's not worth it. That's better.
So something that Wang Yi, the publisher there, is talking about is you'll notice that Martin is pegged out here. I'm pegged out there. We could always claim one of those whenever we wish.
Move your turn order token.
And Jess could as well, if she
Well,
wanted.
I'll do that first since we're talking about it.
Okay, so
And what do we
now
have?
notice that was
Actually, that's a red.
a red and a green
green.
because it's on the yin side.
Interesting.
Whereas for me, I have the bone in red.
I also have the red and the green.
Sure, I'll take the, because I'm on, this is yin, so I have to take from the black side,
Yep.
so I'll take a green
Okay.
and bring that down.
Green, madam.
All right. Okay, so back to this. I have limited options. I knew what action I wanted to take over here,
Blue.
but that doesn't leave me anything viable for a tile. So I can forego a tile, but I'd really prefer not to. That said, in order to get a tile, I either have to use all 3 black, which leaves me with perform a temple action immediately, which can't happen, or I have to use all 3 white, which gives me perform a goods action immediately. Again, doesn't help.
And just a reminder, I don't know what your cards are. There might be a card.
I understand the cards. I'm trying to
Okay.
keep those. But
Understood.
yes, I'm aware that the cards might potentially allow me to do something about that, or maybe they actually don't. So,
Maroon, take care.
moving on to this. All right, so back to where I was trying to think out loud. I could get a carriage action by doing that, and that leaves me what? Yin Yang by 3 steps. Potentially bumps me up there and allows me to get a good. Okay, I guess that's at least useful. So I'll leave it the way that that shook out. So that gives me a carriage up top, a top carriage.
Excellent. Okay.
And those were randomly put out there, just FYI for everybody.
Oh, I don't. Actually, I'm going to do the boat because it's just the reverse of that. So let me switch this.
The order of those.
Yeah, I'm going to do that and get a boat.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm on a boat. All right.
Just seeing where I
Yeah,
am
sure, that
and the
makes
fact
sense.
of where
Yep.
I was. So that was a boat action, and that leaves me with this, which is increase your yin bang by 3 steps. Question. Can increase and grab another jewel right now. There's not a green one, which
Did
would be my
you claim one
preference.
already?
Yes.
Okay. I missed that.
read that.
Sorry. I
But
apologize.
if I increase by 3, which would just bump this, I could go to the other side, maybe grab
You got it, Eric.
a yellow. That would not be bad, but I would rather have a green. I'm going to increase this by 3.
All right.
Seems
So
like a
real
better
quick,
plan.
before we go any further, hey. Whoa.
Whoa, that was
felt serious. I appreciate it, Joseph, but maybe not that much. There we go. Cheers, Joseph. Thank you for the support.
I think it went up again.
Thank you.
For you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the herd.
Yep, welcome. All right,
Welcome to
y'all
the
be
hood.
like Joseph. There we go. We are 14 away from the new camera. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
So Martin.
Okay, so here's my program.
Okay.
Well, that's not bad.
So first drop a temple where I am,
Boom.
then pick up a goods,
Boom.
go by carriage,
All right, we're not going to keep doing that.
Yeah,
yes.
that you can.
and
stop.
then do both dropping a temple and picking up a good. So it gives me
And
2
did all of
goods.
his actions, then he'll
Yep.
figure out his goods. Hold on. Are you also that? You're black.
Oh yes, of course, the black what's it? Yeah. I hesitate a little bit because obviously I might get more useful resources here. Also, there is a potential endgame scoring thing, but we have got quite a lot of rounds
do.
before the end of the game,
Correct.
so I think it is probably worth dropping. And which will I pick up? Which way to go? Let's look at where I think I'm going. I think I'll take a red.
And the replacement is
Green.
And I will go ahead
I need to place. I
and
don't know
take
if
the
that will-
bone one if you would, please. And here, real quick. Thank you. And Look at the bone. It is green as well.
Okay,
All
now
right, so that will come here. So that might change or how I go about doing this. So my first one is a boat action. So we're going to come over here. So there's the boat. Then goods, take that. Then carriage. This way. Then a goods. Then a carriage. Done.
Okay. I'm going to boat over here. Then I'm going to good, taking that.
Oh, and I need
Then
to
I'm
place
going
mine.
to temple. Then I'm going to carriage. Then I'm actually going to forego my next action, but that gives me a bump.
Correct.
So I'm going to bump, and then I'm going to take a green from
The
the
jade?
white. The jade from the white side, please.
Okay.
And that is?
Red. Silk.
All right. So I'm still figuring out mine, what I'm doing with this one here, a moment on that. In the meantime, we can reset. We're done. So those.
And also answer Thomas's question from earlier on. Yes, your ability to pre-plan is affected by people changing the game state.
Yes,
I
very
find
much
less so at the beginning of the game, but it was really noticeable towards the end of the last game, as because the map basically tightens as all the temples get built and goods get taken.
I mean, that as well, but when we're dealing with that wheel up there, me being in
Yeah.
last place, I'll assure you,
Oh yeah.
it's actually, you're influencing me greatly.
Oddly enough, I haven't had that problem yet.
Right.
Okay, so it's a good advantage of going first in turn order. And in
Yes.
fact, that was what I did in the first game. Much that it helped me, of course, because first in turn order, last in finishing. But there we are.
That works right there. Final answer, done. All right, so third round, same order, hasn't changed. So Martin, first, choose a disaster.
God, but these are all good, these disaster tokens. They're
Right.
all in Jess's way. So this is the furthest away from us. I'll take
Yep.
that.
I told you last time that it wasn't a concern to me.
And I didn't believe you, for some
I
reason.
promise you I've already planned to avoid the disasters.
I'm sure you have.
That
What-
I
So what you
I
decide
totally
to
believe
do
that one.
is of no consequence to me.
Okay, 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3. So white, black, black is this one. So that is move your turn order token by number of your temples that is blocked off. And then it is all white, which is the top temple one.
Yep.
Okay, so Martin, go ahead and
My
divine.
personal
sir.
divination.
And the key, what we have found with the tortoiseshell, is these don't really flip and flop much. But what they do is when they're dropped from a height, what order, how
They flip aside.
Yeah. Tortoise, please.
But I also like to personally shake them in my hand before I stick them in the thing.
In the tortoiseshell.
I just enjoy it. It's just fun. Do I have to? No.
Riffling ships.
I
Do
just-
I need to do that? No.
No, but
But
oh well.
right.
Very good.
All right, so what was blocked off? We cannot move your turn order token ahead by the number of temples.
Correct.
Okie doke.
So what do we got? I got 3 and 3. Don't forget to move your markers.
Oh, yes. 1, 2, 3. That's
Okay.
out. 2.
So as you can see, the game moves along at a pretty good clip.
All right, I did 4 black and 2 white.
Okay. I know what I'm
1,
doing.
2,
Just don't
3,
mess with
4.
it, Martin.
I will try my best to, but
Make sure you
there
do.
we are.
I think he's got the hang of this at this point.
Okay, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do, which one was it?
I don't know what I want.
Wait.
I don't know.
Okay, so on this board it is black, white, white, which will take that riverboat
We'll allow it. Okay.
out. Okay. And then white, white, black, again, moving my turn order 3 ahead. I want to
Well, that's not good.
keep
'cause I don't wanna
myself
do
in a good turn
All
order
right.
position
Well, good
here.
news.
Oh. So I would really like to get that up there
All right.
if I can.
Black, black, black is the carriage. right
Oh,
there.
you jerk.
Does that count as glory to
I
Rome?
know.
Glory
No,
to Rome.
Now
Now it does.
Not nice to me. What does this leave me with?
All right. So then I will build a temple immediately where I'm at. Boom, done. Okay. So then it's a matter of programming the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Okay. I'm not 100% I put this in right, so you tell me if I'm not.
Okay,
I want the
so-
carriage at the top. And I know it goes from in out.
So it should go from top to bottom, white, black.
That's
you
what
nailed
I've
it.
done.
Correct.
Yay.
So-
I'll take a carriage. And then
there we go.
I get to perform a goods action immediately, so I shall take you,
Okay.
and you shall go here, and I shall call you Shiny. And now,
What do we want to do after that?
I know I want to do that,
Okay.
and then I want to do that. And then I want a gourd. I want a gourd. How do I get a gourd? I will temple, I will move,
That's wasted.
I will good,
I think that's what I'm doing.
and I will temple. Oh, don't use two of those. That
Pardon?
is so unfortunate.
Thank you.
Question. So
Answer.
if you forego an action with these, you get to move up one. What if you forego one of these?
I believe it's the same. Let me see the rule book or
Sure.
Wang Yi can
I believe
always
so
answer. I
too,
believe. Yeah.
but I wanted to call that out. But yes, I kind of asking it because I think that's the case. But I want
Coin or action tile for
Thank
each
you.
one, yes. So there you go.
Awesome.
Everything is answered in the rule book, so it's really actually well done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Martin, begin, sir.
Okay. First thing I'll do is... Oh, no, I've already got a temple there. Well, it's the carriage first. Take me over to here. Drop a temple. Pick up some goods. Travel by river. Over to here.
Hey.
Drop a temple. And then I have a slight puzzle. I have my last two tokens here give me a row carriage action. And that would get me to here, but
Literally your only choice, or forego.
but the
right?
problem with going there, of course, is there's no goods. I could drop a temple, mind you. There, it is open for a temple,
Well,
unless
you, still,
Edward pops
you
in.
still have somebody else's actions to...
Oh yeah, yep. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go there, but and yep. So I'm going to go here, and I will also drop my young cube. No, I won't. I'm actually going to hold on to it. So
Okay.
And then I'm going to place my...
Okay, so now I am going to take that resource, or that good, put it there for now. Done. Then a carriage action, the white, is to roll on down to there. Then that is to build a temple
Thank you.
there. I did warn him. Then a carriage action, which will come on over to there. And then it is a goods action there. Then the last one could only be a boat action. I'm landlocked. I forego it, so I will choose to bump that up one. Done, except for positioning these, and oh hey, would you looky here. There's two. Done.
All right. So I'm going to temple where I am, then use a carriage action, then use a goods action. That was this one, and then use a temple action, and then I'm going to use one of my boat actions. I didn't put it out, but I'll use this boat action to move over here. I decided I'm going to sit there, but then I'm foregoing an action, so I'm bumping this up, which means I can take something from black, and I shall
Which
take...
is the yin side.
It is. And this is interesting, because those aren't the ones I want, but I don't want to chance my roll. So I will pick, because I would just bounce against nothing. I'll take Oh, this is so...
The puns are terrible. Well done.
Well, potentially I could get that. So I think I'll take the... This one time, can we just switch the things that
No.
are out? Okay.
So everybody at home, are you able to follow along
green
easy
one.
enough? The green? Mm-hmm. And we'll replace it with a bone.
You jerk.
Okay. Turn order is the same. Reset. And we are in the 4th round. Choose one of the 2 disasters, Martin.
That one, I think.
Thank you. All right. 4th round. Penultimate round for those scoring at home.
Yep.
And Martin, divine.
I'm doing a lot of divining in this game, aren't I?
Yeah, we'll be done by 8:30. Hour and a half with the rules. Sounds about right. All right, 6, 5, 4. There, and then 1, 2, 3. So here we go. White, black, white.
I'll
Here.
replicate here. Yep, sorry.
Which that one is immediately exchange the location of 2 scoring tiles, which is awesome because that's what I was about to do. And by
Oh.
awesome, I mean not at all.
That's
then
not
we
good.
go white, white, black from the inside.
This one here.
There we go.
Ouch.
So now divine your own, sir.
Indeed.
Oh. Wow. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the swap of the scoring tiles can be very awkward
I
in this
dislike
stage of the game.
that. All right, fine. The gods have not shined on me. Sure. What's your backup plan? Because I need one.
Awesome.
And go. Don't forget to move your marker.
Track for that.
And you didn't take anything with that?
Nope. I didn't like what was offered.
Okay, so bump your black though. Don't forget.
Oh yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Team Flanmel from Bill. There, Martin.
Oh, all right. Team
Flanmel?
Flanmel. Not quite sure what Flanmel means, but I'm sure it'll mean something.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so.
Oh my. 5 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pink and 1.
Good.
Yes, the tortoise is only for spice, for spicing up the game. It's for flavor, and also
Yeah,
for cultural
unnecessary.
stuff. People will actually use tortoise shell and coins to predict the future in Asian countries. He said, because we think the turtle lives very long, and it could help connect us to the god. That's awesome. I think it's an awesome thematic touch. I agree. I think it's fantastic.
Yes.
Is it necessary? No. Is it awesome? Yes.
Okay, so I'm choosing to take
White, black, black from the
white,
inside.
black will be
Okay.
that goods. Pick
right.
up action. And then I'm going to perform a carriage action immediately and move down here.
All right.
Off you go.
So, well, we're going to go, it looks like this, I think. And then, what do we want? I think we want a boat, which would be black, white, white. Black, white, white. Yep, there we go. So, black, white, white coming from the inside is this one, Martin? If you
That's right.
mind. There you go.
Sorry. Busily
So,
planning
a
my
boat.
turn here.
And then here is a temple action. We'll throw that down right there. Done. J-Rex?
Wait. That would be awesome if I could do that. Let's see if I can. Because that's 3. Oh, but I'm going to get that there.
Nope.
That's only 4 points. Oh, this is so
Oh, shoot.
interesting.
Nope, that doesn't work, does it? It does not.
Okay. I have too many options. You left me things
Oh, my bad. My bad.
up
How
there
dare
that I want,
know.
and now I'm like, what do I do about this? Okay, because that would be really good. Because that would bump me and let me get that, but I'm not sure I need it. I don't. But I could get closer to that, and then if I don't use 2. Okay, so what does that get me? Oh, potentially a goods, which I was happy with. Alright, so I could get a goods, and then I could bump 3 on that. Okay, so I'm going to take
Oh, you know what?
the goods that's right there, Martin, the red
Okay.
one, please.
Yeah.
And then on this one, I'm going to immediately increase my union by 3 steps. So I'm going to do, I don't want a red. So I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3.
Done?
Yes.
All right, Martin, you go into the actions phase, sir.
Okay, so I'm thinking.
I don't know if the chat is amazing or the worst thing I've ever read in my life. I'm not sure which it is.
I'm
Oh,
trying-
and don't worry, I haven't forgotten the cards, but it's also 4
Confusion.
points.
Yes.
So I'm trying not to use them.
So I will drop a temple and take goods from here.
Okay.
I then do a river move to here. And then do the same thing, drop a temple and take
We're going to
goods.
fight, sir.
No. And then I'm left with 2
Which is a boat action.
boat actions, which I think I'll take. And that will put me here.
Well, okay. So we're going to reevaluate our turn now. Okay.
Good.
So now that this has happened, I am going to do this. I am going to do this. So all of this is in question now. Okay. So I think could go. Then maybe. I don't know about this last one. So here we go. First things first. You read.
Oh, I made a mistake there. It's not what I should have done.
Gonna wait. So here. So we're gonna go carriage to there. Then goods to take that. Then carriage to go there. Then carriage to go there. And then goods and temple both. That's these. So now the question is,
Do you boat or wait?
the white here, I'm definitely going to take a red. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Take a red, sir.
And replace it with a red, apparently. So I have to fill those, no doubt about that, and that will leave me that. So the question is, I could
Reset
take
your-
the boat.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. I could take the boat, which
Gets you over there.
it pings me up completely there, which fills that as long as I get a green. But you know what? Odds are I'm going to be able to get 1 black out of that. I'll roll the dice, so if that's the case, I need a green.
Oh, yeah.
Let's head
It's
on
right
over
there.
there for the boat. Boom, done. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
I am going to good. So I'll take this one. I'm going to temple.
Oh my God. Chat is.
I'm going to carriage.
Yes.
And then I'm going to immediately boat.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to good. Yep, that one. More important. And then I'm going to boat here. And then I have these, and I don't want to do anything with them, so I'm just going to bump my should I chance it? Do I bump the white and hope I get 2 and 2? Yeah, I do. There we go.
All right, final rounds. So here, I'll make your choice for you. There.
Thank you.
There we go.
That's exactly what I would have done. How
Oh, good
did you know?
choice, good choice. All right, so,
My final sling of a turtle.
yep. No worries. So by the way, it's the publisher is in Taipei City, and so it's exactly 12 hours ahead of us. So I found that interesting that
At least it's 8 a.m. and not
right, yeah,
like
it's
some
not middle of
terrible
the night.
time.
Right, here we go. Oh, other way. Sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So there will be no free temples there, and then it is 4, 5, 6. So white, white, black from the inside.
This
Carriage. There we go.
Okay.
All right, now go ahead and shuffle yours up, sir. Is there a flipper of hope that I can...
Yep.
All right. That was on 7.
Think of it.
Whoo, look at that. I needed 1 black. Got the 1 black. However,
Pings and that pings.
yep.
It seems like that's the way to go. And that leaves me that.
So don't forget to move your markers, guys.
I hate
Yep.
you right now.
What did I do?
I know what you're doing and I want it. Prepare for a glory to Rome.
You know what I'm doing?
Well, I see how you have it laid out.
Oh.
If that means nothing, then I'm very happy about that. Tell me you're not preparing anything.
No! Why would you think
I
that?
hate you. I hate you.
FYI, you could have, at any point in this game, changed that.
No, actually, if you watch my moves, there were reasons I couldn't. But
Oh, okay.
But okay. It's not that simple. Genie in a bottle. Just, no. You have to have the right combination of things and it be available to be able to do that.
Okay. All right, Martin.
So black, white, white there takes me, gets me a river. Which I'm hoping I haven't screwed up. I probably have. And then this one here will allow me. Oh, this one was the one that was blocked to swap to scoring tiles.
Which I think we're all doing. No, we're not all doing. Okay.
And what am I going to swap?
At this point, I don't know what I'm doing.
Swap.
It depends on what you do.
Those two.
All right. So now, yes, I will. Wait, wait, wait. So I'll take the temple. Not because I wanted the temple, but because I had to have the other one, and that's what was left.
Yeah.
The other one is swapping 2 scoring tiles, so I will swap this one and this one.
So the question becomes,
Done. Now it's a matter of, here we go. Now we have to actually manipulate this.
nope, I couldn't do it anyway. Weirdly, that became important. So yeah. Okay, my turn. So I'm pegged on both of these. I'm going to take a yellow and a red, please.
And then we'll pull for yin first, so black.
Okay.
And we will pull for yang.
Now, what happens if you forego an action up there? Nothing?
Nothing, you just forego.
Just asking because if
Yeah.
you forego one down here,
Right.
you get the bump. Okay. So I'm leaving it as this, and I'm not getting the temple because it's already blocked off. But I'm doing that because I can now move my turn order ahead. Oh, these peg down. By the number of your temples. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go up by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So Jess,
Doesn't matter
Right.
last round, but there is a scoring tile that
Sure.
that is exceedingly important to.
correct.
Hence why I did what I just did, because I wasn't planning on that and it came up as an opportunity. All right, so that one's done. Down here we move.
No.
Okay. Ready for me to go?
Yeah,
Yes?
if you know what you're doing, go for it, sir.
Cloth. So I'll grab a good and drop a temple here. Then 2 river moves. Puts me here and here. Followed by 2 road moves to put me here and then here. Then I will drop a temple and pick up a good. Just here and grab that blue good.
Okay, I lost my spot. All right, this last one, I'm not sure what order they're going to go in yet. Okay, so I'll get there in a moment. So it's my turn. So here we go. Goods, I will take that.
Oh, there's a question here.
What?
You can't just give up action on divination
Oh,
phase.
you can't do that. You can't. You
Ew.
cannot. So, did
Okay.
you?
Yes.
Uh,
Wait, that was up here.
Okay.
Because basically I put
Okay.
3 ones.
So you cannot choose to forego.
Okay, so when it's unavailable, you have to pick one of the other ones that are available.
Or destroy a temple and reshuffle your coins.
I apologize. What in the world should I do then?
Okay. So you have to do both if possible. That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will back up before we...
Well, this backs up.
Don't think it alters more than I was going to do. So.
I don't think so either, but... So what did you do on the right side?
So I had 3 here. And then on the right side, I moved up the number of temples I had.
Okay.
Your turn order ahead by the number of your temples. So that would have been this.
Put a glory to Rome up for me on that one.
Why?
She's pinched first spot on the turn order position off.
I
at the end of the
haven't. He's
game.
making me back it up.
Yeah, but you thought about doing it. You tried to do it. So give it a glory to Rome anyway.
And this goes into here. Okay, way back to that.
Whoa.
Now,
He's broken everything.
I know. That's why we can't have nice things. There we go.
Yeah, I know of my cards, but neither of them I think were helping me, so I'll just take the 4 points. Although I was keeping one in my back pocket in case of disaster in the last go. I thought I was keeping both in my back pocket for disaster in the last go.
Yeah, if it were impossible for you to figure out any combination that was legal, then you get a free reroll. Kind of free tortoise. Otherwise, you destroy a temple.
The card leads you some stuff, and you need to find out which is the best for you. You can't
Exactly.
easily
Yes,
give
yes,
up.
yes.
The gods can be problematic.
Gods are funny that way.
thinking. Sorry, I
You're
have to
fine.
watch up
No,
there.
you gotta redo your stuff.
Yep.
No worries.
What
Yes,
would
you
be the
have to
best?
move your coins into a legal combination.
Okay.
Which is obviously more problematic for people later in turn order because
And that's
I
why
wasn't
turn
gonna
order
use
is
that.
important. Right, exactly. Yep.
that's part of the reason I was pushing ahead on turn order, because that way that was one less thing for my poor little brain to worry about.
If I switch one, I can do that. Okay. So I'm going to use this card. The player may flip over one divination code this round, then remove the card from the game. So that goes out. I'll flip this over for a good.
That one right there. Yep. And then the rest is all saved.
Yes.
So then, Jess will then
She can
come back
complete
up
her
there.
glory to Rome
There you
action
go,
on
right.
Now you can glory to Rome.
Right.
I just did.
Okay. That is done.
So all good. So now, I'll go ahead and take my turn. So here we go. So goods action first. Here. Temple. There. Then, I'm on a boat. Up here. I'll go ahead and claim that good. There. Then, carriage 1, carriage 2, carriage 3 to there. 1, 2, 3. And now the question is, what do I do with this? Do I take... Oh, I guess I don't really
You don't really have
choice.
much of a choice.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, never mind. So that'll be a temple.
That'll be a temple. I'll get you second place there.
Right. And boom, done. There we go. So now I have to figure out what to do with these, which will get me one there. And unfortunately, that's not green or bone. So that's what makes the most sense there. Okay. All right.
All right.
Well, I'm concerned the first game that
Temple.
Jess did great and Edward and I did fine, shall we say,
Good.
according to that scale. We'll see how it turns out on second game.
So
Right,
this
yeah, yeah.
temple. Boat. Good.
Boat.
Boat. But I don't think. Oh, and
Good.
good.
And then,
Two things. I'll just bump.
okay. All right. So that is the end of the game. Technically, we would reset, but that doesn't really matter. So now we're going to go ahead and go into final scoring. So here we go. We move our markers out here. And here we go. We'll
There's
do
a
the
question before you go from
Oh, yeah.
Matt.
Can you take good with your... Yeah. I could, but I choose not to. Oh, because they... Wait a minute. What happened to my green?
You didn't have it.
I took the green from there, the very first thing I did. I think I might have put it... I think I put it here instead. There.
That's fine.
My bad. So I don't get that. Is there anything else I can do with that blue? No. Done. All right, that's fine. So I got one. I got two complete, which isn't what I wanted.
But if you took a blue, that would give you that side, and that'll give you something.
No, I took a green. It was
Oh, okay.
So, all right, and I took your
Yeah.
blue. We're fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. All right, so here we go.
There's an end game scoring reason you want it pegged.
Right. So here we go. So we're doing regions. So we start down here. So Jess has 1 down here. I have 3. Martin has 3. So Martin and I each get 8. So yellow and blue each get 8. Nobody for second place because friendly scoring. Okay. Then we move into the second region, which is over here. It's going to be 8 for green and 4 for blue. Then the yellow region up here, I snuck in. Martin's getting 6 for blue, 3 for yellow. Jess?
To where?
Yeah,
He was on
11.
8, so it's 11. Yep.
Then this region is going to be 5 for yellow, 2 for blue.
16. Yeah.
2. I'm going to stand them up because
Yeah, that's fine. Then up here, Martin's getting 3, so 3 for blue.
2, 3. Yep.
Then the capital area is all Jess, which is 3. And then this area right here is going to be 3 for yellow, 1 for green. Okay, so now we'll go in reverse order, starting with Jess, her endgame scoring tiles.
I have the perimeter scoring, so
Okay.
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Well done.
23.
23. Okay.
Okay.
I have the number.
If you would flip it upside down so people can see
Sure.
which ones you've scored.
I have the number of jade that I have, and they're 2 each, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have number of temples, and those are how much each?
1 each, I think.
Yeah, they are.
So that flips, and I have
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 40.
yeah.
40. Yep.
And then I have this one, which I honestly don't know what it is. Blue.
Right. That's
so 4
correct.
for that.
Done? For that. For all those. Nope,
this one.
you have that one right there.
Oh, and that's where I am on the score check. So that's 975.
more.
So
Right.
9.
So 953. Foreshadowing. All right, well done. So Jess got 5 of the tiles. That's
Oof.
wow.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. So I completed this one, which is going to be 3 points for each 2. So 3, 6, 9, 12 is why to 31.
3 points for each 2. You have 8.
Correct.
So 3. Okay, sorry.
Math.
Math. I thought you needed more points. I was trying to help out.
Then perimeter scoring is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for that.
9. Isn't that one on a perimeter too? That
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 9. Math. And then diagonal here is going to be how many silk? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 points each. 10 points. Done. Martin?
Well, I cannot match Jess's amount of tile switching. Okay, so scoring point track.
Oh, that's 7
Oh, I get 7.
to 30.
That's better than nothing I get. Then my Yang,
Yep.
I get all the way up, so that's 12.
To 42.
And then temples. How many temples do I have up
1,
there?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 52. And then they each get 1 additional for where they are on the track. Let me get my 0. Make sure you peg that for me. Thank you. And there you go.
Oh, that is not the end. Martin has won by 1 point.
Oh, that's right.
He gets 4, I get 2.
Oh, wow.
He won by 1.
2, 3, 4. Jess, I get 1, 2,
Wow.
3, 4, and,
And I
Jess
get 2.
gets 1, 2. Well,
Martin
how about
won
that
by
for a
1.
tight finish?
Wow.
I beat Jess.
I saw it. I was like, oh, there's a point there.
That's right. I forgot about that. Your cards. So, needless to say goodbye to Martin. You'll never see him on screen again. He's retiring, having beaten Jess now. So there you go. So Martin wins 57, Jess 56, and yours truly, amazing teacher, 54. Wow. There you go. All right. So, Mr. Fowler, we'll start
do we
on that
think?
side. What'd you think?
It's a really nice, what I think of as an occasional game. It may be more than an occasional game, but it's definitely a nice occasional game. By an occasional game, I'd parallel it to something like Istanbul, which I bought a few years ago. We played half a dozen times. We enjoyed playing it. We don't play it regularly, but you pull it off the shelf once a year, maybe twice a year. You can teach it to somebody very, very quickly. You can settle down. You can have a really good game, even with people who aren't sort of obsessive gamers like us. And it's just really enjoyable. There's enough in the mechanisms to have fun. There's a lot of interaction on the board. Istanbul has a lot less randomness. But the randomness here, you've got a lot of scope within the randomness.
Right.
It doesn't constrain you too much. You've got to play with it, but you've got it's like Castles of Burgundy. There's a fair bit of randomness, but you can play within it quite nicely. It's the kind of game that would, weight-wise and generally likewise, would be in Kennerspiel territory, I would think.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree with that. That's exactly where this falls.
This is, yes, it's a total gimmick, the tortoise shoving, but it's such a good gimmick, and it's so thematic that it works, and I really like having it. It's a shame that you have the white-black thing on coins, and that you have to sticker it.
You don't have to.
You don't have to,
you
but...
don't. But the only reason, and it's actually a footnote in the rule book, that the stickers are there if you want to use them just for quick, because let's face it, I don't think anybody present can read Chinese.
Right.
So therefore, it's just a quick little visual cue. But I agree. As the person who had the sticker them, those are tiny little stickers and they're a pain in the butt. But that said, I'm okay with it, but I get what you're saying.
It's not a big deal.
Yes. Yeah.
I love the fact that we're battling over this map here, and early on you're kind of working in your own little space, and then you're rubbing up against each other, and you have to keep much more of an idea of what everyone else is doing, where the regional things are, watching there to see, oh, I think they're after a blue or green, so that gives me an idea where they're going to go. The choices you have to make as to which ones of these to go with. There's a lot of interesting things to think about, but not terribly complicated rules, and that's a really nice sweet spot. That's the kind of game I enjoy for that kind of occasional game.
Yeah, I agree. A good comparison to Istanbul, and people are responding to that as well, people who find that their favorite game. I'm liking it more the more we play it as well. The fact that you can forego actions down here to bump up your yin yang.
Right.
Over here, that's incredible, because you get to a point where these may be pegged towards the top, and your next turn, you know, on your roll, you're probably going to get at least one of a color or two.
Which is exactly what happened with me, right?
And being able to say, it's better for me to forego this move because I can peg this out, grab one of those, and bring it back down so I know I'm going to maximize my next roll. Oh my goodness, that added so much for me in this game. And that said, right when it was being explained to us from the get-go, you know, we're excited because the look of it drew us in.
Just the aesthetic, right?
Yeah, just the aesthetic, just in so much going on. Why are these gems like this? And the bingo component of that, and knowing that that's what you have to do to unlock that endgame scoring, and these are randomly put out, so either plan really, really well, or make sure that you're moving those tiles around based on what you know you're going to get in the board. So in between turns, there is a little bit of downtime because you can't really plan ahead, but you can. You can plan ahead in a different way where you're like, all right, well, if I map out that I'm going this way, I'm going to get these gems, and then that means I'm going to score this, so maybe I need to move that in a previous turn. All of that, and the fact that, sure, there's randomness in that you're shaking those out, and, okay, what you get is what you're going to have to work with, but there are so many options. Add to that then they think, all right, well, let's block some out so that you can't just pre-predict, oh, next turn I'm going to do this, and then at round 4 I'm always going to switch my tiles. Nope, because luck of the gods is that may be a blocked off thing. That's tremendous to me, and I tend to look at games from, you know, the development of it and what has been maybe weeded out and added in and how those things all mesh together. And for me, this game, I love the development of it. The fact that all those things intermingle to make this game really shines for me. It's a lighter weight than I'd normally be drawn to, but that's not the magic here. The magic here is the way this just flows together, and that even when you get stuck and get to the end and you can't use those actions, no, but there's a huge benefit. That might be a great thing. There were times where I was like, I wish I could not use another action because it would be so beneficial. To have that moment in a game that has this, what is it, like quadruple, mechanisms on top of each other, I love it. To me, that shines because there is randomness and they've mitigated it for me completely.
Yeah, for me, there's nothing super original about this game as far as mechanically. Yeah. Everything about this feels familiar. We are, as experienced gamers, nothing here is like, oh, wow, I've never seen that before. That's amazing. But where the game shines is the way it's... I've always said that a game to stand out needs to do one of two things. It better do something brand new that is like, wow, that's awesome. or it better do something that is established and do it in a way that just is fantastic. I would say that this is on the latter end of that. The way that everything is intertwined. Nothing here feels extraneous. Nothing here feels tacked on. Oh, you can't use that. Fine, we'll give you a little kiss on the cheek for this. No, because that could be a hugely important little kiss on the cheek that you get.
No, it's strategy.
Talking about the extra actions, right? To where you can intentionally not take one of your actions during the action phase. Everything here is so intermeshed and so finely woven that it just, I wish there was a better way that I knew to describe it, but it just feels good the way everything flows together. It's seamless. And I'll be honest, when we saw this at first and we were going over it with the publisher, with Wang Yi, we were sitting there like, oh, that sounds good, that sounds good. Everything can sound great. Like when you read a rule book, you can be like, wow, that sounds great, or that sounds terrible. But until you actually experience it, you're like, you don't know. Nope, this nailed it. Like, it hits above its weight. It punches above its weight. It's super simple mechanically. At no point did we have to reference the rule book. Jess was looking at stuff, but I'll be honest, handy-dandy little player aid, even in a different language, works perfectly fine to be able to figure it all out. And it just flows super easy. And with a full teach and the whole 9 yards and streaming time added in, an hour and 45 minutes, it's an hour-long game.
Yeah.
You could make a case that this could be a lunchtime. It's not. It's a little past that. But
and
if this were more common of a game, I could see this being the quintessential midweight Euro.
Yeah.
Right? This could potentially replace Rococo or be on par with like a Rococo but arguably, I would enjoy this more for the simple fact that it's just super low rules overhead, but I still get that fulfillment. The way it feels I feel completely satisfied having played this.
Same.
And it's not, I mean, we just recently did High Frontier, Bios Origins. It just feels good. For a midweight Euro, this is where I want to be. This feels old school with new school development.
I mean, with that tight scoring, it's not always tight scoring, as we've seen. But even at the end,
she housed us.
But even at the end, you're like, I still feel good. I feel like good game. Wow, that was really cool how you did that. Oh, look, you did the diagonal. I didn't even see that coming. There was there's just that interaction of like, wow, you did really well there. Oh, look how you traveled across. Like that. Yeah, it's just, I really do enjoy it. And I don't think Mac VS is it long enough. Yes, I think 5 is perfect. Well, it's just to that point that when I really do. But yes, but that last, 5 is perfect. You do feel the tightness. You're like, oh no, it's round 5.
I was like, can I make it up here to do something?
Yes.
Because it was super tight. I was like, oh,
but that's perfect. Yeah. You want to regret the ending. Like you're like, oh, but and that's exactly how it should be.
And here, go ahead and bring up the point you were going to make, Martin, if you would.
Oh, okay. I was saying,
I'll come back to this. Go ahead.
Heavy gamers don't always play heavy games, right? Because sometimes you've got people who aren't into heavy games that you want to play a game with, or you're just not in the mood for something. I mean, I love City of the Big Shoulders and Brass and stuff like that, but sometimes
I don't always feel up for it.
I need something lighter, and then you want something that you can pull off the shelf, having not played for a year, and go, okay, let's familiarise myself with the rules, teach the people who have come over for dinner, have had 1 or 2 glasses of wine too much, and can still take the rules in, and then have another glass of wine while you're playing it.
It's so crazy intuitive. Like, once you get a hang of it, it makes perfect sense what you're doing.
And the thing I wanted to point out real quick for the player count. So at 3-player, you populate all of these out here with different gems, right? In the 2-player, you omit the blue ones. So this one, this one, this one. So there are less things out here on the board. And on the flip side is the 4-player, which has more spots, obviously, which makes sense. And the scoring is going to be, there you go. And the scoring is going to be higher as well, as you can see there. And it doesn't have the scaling that it needs there. So there you go. Okay? What? Oh, and also, I haven't looked through it. It does play solo.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Tony or anybody else out there has played it solo yet. I can't speak to that. But I'll be honest, I enjoyed the game enough to where, you know what, down the road I might do a solo playthrough of it. And I'm hoping that somebody during the early part asked how they could get it, and I'm hoping that the publisher was able to answer that, because I don't know. It sold out at Spiel, but I talked about this. We talked about it on the Pod Blast during Spiel, talked about it to a whole bunch of folks while we were there, and a lot of folks went over to the booth, and obviously they sold out. So I don't know that there's U.S. distribution coming, anything like that.
I think they addressed that, but I'm sure they can address it here at the end as well. But so, question to you. This was you were excited about this. This was your hidden gem of Spiel. Did it live up to that?
Oh, it totally did. Because it was completely off my radar. I mean, I didn't even know about it until the Wednesday of Spiel, right? The day before during Media Day. And last year, that wasn't the case with my hidden gem of Spiel. This one definitely lived up to it, and I'm legitimately excited. I'm grateful that it lived up. You know what I mean?
Yes, you were very excited.
Okay, good. And
so my question to you on that, the last two Kenner Spiel winners were Wingspan and Quaxer Quedlinburg. How does this compare to those two? If those two are on the shelf and this, how likely are you to go for this one?
Oh, there's no doubt. Well, the Quacks far overstays its welcome. To me, it plays way too long for what it is. It was about 3 rounds too long when we played it, I think.
Yeah.
This completely blows that out of the water. Wingspan, I think, is perfectly fine and perfect for what it does. Would I prefer this or Wingspan? I would prefer this.
I don't think that punches above its weight. It is what it is.
Right.
And
this,
it's
I think, does.
Good game, and it's beautiful. But it doesn't, it's going to hit a certain crowd, and I don't think it varies much from that. Whereas I feel like with this, we've said, heavier gamers are going to be happy to play this, lighter gamers are not going to have a problem with the rule set, and so it just has more breadth.
Yeah, I agree. And that, again, it's not a slight on Wingspan. I mean, it's sold billions of copies, it feels like.
Well, I think the point is, if this was stuck in a Kenner Spiel jury, we'd feel it would deserve its place.
I do. I mean, I think it's perfect for what it tries to do, and I think it does it in a really interesting. And we haven't even really talked about the theme. Obviously, none of us are Chinese, but it feels
the theme actually does feel thematic. I mean, I'm getting
the
Divination of the gods, using their blessing over here, right? Those lightning cards. That all of that. I do actually feel the theme through it, and no, I don't think you could just tack on another theme. It wouldn't, not with the coins, and it does bleed through. So that's nice as well. And I know for the Kenner Spiel, it's often talked about that what they look at is the experience that people have when they're sitting around playing the game, watching people play those games. And I think we're hearing in chat that they were like, wow, that was an enjoyable watch, just seeing you in that interaction. So I think it would hold its place for that level of interaction, and where you're watching what the other players are doing, having angst, and then maybe even changing your moves, but also enjoying that experience.
Yeah. And we got in each other's way, partially on purpose, partially not. And you saw how important not using those cards, if you can.
I was not happy I had to use
so it worked out. So there you go. All right, so there you go. There's our first game. Wow, it's going to be hard to match this every time, I'll be honest, in enjoyment, because it's just not going to happen. But that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That is Yin Yang by BG Nations. I'm hoping that the publisher can reach out and let me know, so that, because I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of questions on how is it available. I would suggest both the publisher and you guys go check it out on BGG. The publisher is starting a thread on it over there, hopefully, because I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions down below after the stream. I don't know.
We can link it once we have the
There you go. So thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Thank you to both Martin and Jess.
Thank you for sharing. This is a great little gem. I enjoyed it a lot.
And I was asking the local group, hey, what game do you guys want to stream on Friday? Everybody knew what game we were going to stream.
Surprises.
It got hand carried for a reason.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover, by the way.
It really is.
It is. Gorgeous
you
cover.
see what I'm saying? Everything about this just appeals. So there you go. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. The subscriptions help y'all. The like helps us. It really does help the show. It helps the YouTube algorithm, so it shows up in more people's whatever.
Share
you
it
get
with
the
friends,
idea.
yeah.
And if you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/heavy cardboard. 14 more, and we get a new camera. That's exciting. There's also a lot of other benefits for you guys as well.
You get
can also
to
go to
continue this conversation in Slack
Yes.
24/7, which is the best place to do that. Talk about these games, learn about the stuff that the local group is doing. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, the
There you go.
Slack channel is very good.
It is. It's really and it's we don't have to moderate it. Knock on wood.
Nice
so
people.
There's that. All right. You guys have a great weekend. We will be back Tuesday with the weekly look ahead. We have some personal stuff going on Monday that is really unfortunate, but it's happening. So I will be back Tuesday with the weekly look ahead. Yeah. Hopefully you guys join us with that. So I'm Edward.
And Jess?
I'm Martin.
Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Be nice to one another. Take care. Hopefully play some games. Later, y'all.
Bye.
Okay, before they go away, I'm going to rattle this some more so that they can get a little bit more attention.
More cowbell.
I'm really glad.
More tortoiseshell.
More tortoiseshell. You know what this game needs? More
tortoiseshell.
Awesome. All
That was
right.
fun.
Nice.